please thank the Vice Chancellor for taking our time and coming to you and personally saying all these things to you. And we are all here, and in fact, this is not only for you, it's probably, and many things are being said to the front bench, so front seats where all of us are there. So let us make it a vision come true. Thank you very much. I'll start with the first slide here. This university is here to welcome you all. And I believe that you are fortunate, and equally fortunate are your parents, who have thought of sending you to this university. See the campus? You must have been around a bit. It's beautiful, lush green. You don't have any such lush green campus around Delhi anywhere. And this lush green campus provides you 100% oxygen, which is very essential for your memory, for your brain, for your health. And all those who have come from Gurgaon, Faridabad, and surrounding towns, you are fed up with the noise of vehicles, noise of people, mics. Here it will be all calm and serene. There will be no noise, which is totally pollution free. Get up early mornings. It is said in our Shastras that the best time to meet the God is early morning. The rest of the day gets polluted. He is busy with other things. So get up early in the morning, enrich yourself with oxygen, see these birds, enjoy their sounds, so that you are fresh when you come to the university for your studies. Next slide, please. Now, once you have entered this campus, we have lots of temples around. This is one temple where you're sitting. You have similar temples in your different departments, and this is relatively a bigger temple. And each temple, if you have read a little bit of history about temples, where these temples have been made in India, they have been selected a particular place. It's not like you put anywhere a temple. All historical temples in the base have copper plates with some inscriptions on them, on which the idol has been put to whom you worship. Now, these copper plates are not just for fun or for avoiding the water to seep up, not for that. It pulls up all electromagnetic waves in the surroundings. It concentrates in that deity. And when you face, when you wish, they are showered on you. So it's not just a waste going to a temple. Also, we have been told that if you go to a temple, worship, then go around the temple for the same reason, that you spend some time there. And you see that they are always spiky. The peak is like a spike in all religions. This again to concentrate that energy, give it in the temple, so whosoever visits is benefited. So are these temples. Only those will get benefited who will attend classes. Those who won't come, the energy which will come from this side, you will never get. And this energy is required to make you a good professional. And this energy which your teachers, they are like your gods, which they will give you, is only possible if we are present in this hall. But if you don't present in this hall, it can't go to the hostel. It doesn't travel so long. It gets diluted. So, to get this energy from your gods, I believe, as a student till today, that you must go to the God. And God will be available only in the classroom. So don't miss your classes. Make sure you come to these places. Now, each temple in every religion has some rules. There are some dictums which one has to follow, like we take off our shoes, we bow our head, we join our hands, little variable from religion to religion, but basic funda remains the same, that you want to pay respect to the idol. Now, you have to pay respect to these temples as well. And the respect which a student can give is, if this hall had 2 doors, nobody should come from this side. Come from the rear door. But there will be some where there is no rear door. Like this one doesn't have a rear door, this auditorium. But if you are entering, say from that side, if you are late, you are a person with guilt. You have committed a little sin. And if you already committed a sin, then let's go like silently. Come slowly. Don't do tap, 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 tap on the stairs. Walk slowly so that nobody else is disturbed. Like if I'm talking, if you start doing tap, tap, which I used to do in my classroom for those teachers who were not worth teaching on this side, I would disturb them to make sure that they learn for the next time that that's not the way to teach. Now, if you are entering that hall, please make sure you don't make any noise. Go silently. Then don't try to go to the last seat, which all human beings generally have a tendency. You sit next time, don't tell anybody where to go. All those who will come late, they'll walk till the end. While there may be seats here. So please don't go there, it disturbs more. So this is one rule of this game when you're entering a classroom. Then the person on this side, your teacher, I believe your guru and your God, expect some issues from your side. And one is respect to the teacher. It is said, it's a couplet from one of the very important book, that if you have two people in front of you, the God and the Guru, whose feet you should touch first? It was advised, and there's the Guru, whose feet you should touch first. It implies that Guru is probably bigger or senior or superior to the other person. So if it is such a big thing, your Guru, your teacher, we need to be courteous to him and pay some respect to him. And the only respect which he expects from you when he's teaching, let's not disturb him. Let's not go to sleep. I remember in my class, there were some, the term used was naughty boys. Those naughty ones will make aeroplanes of the paper. And as the teacher will turn to write like this will flow like this. Or some of them bring small chalks and try to hit, preferably on the head. Now this is a disturbance. This breaks his concentration, his interest in you. Let's pay respect by keeping silence and not disturb him. Another cancer which goes in the classroom is the mobile phone. Mobile phone, I believe, is, as a doctor I can know it, it's a cancer. All those who keep all the time in the pocket, the waves generated from these instruments, they affect your heart movements. It may not, work immediately. Over the years, it will affect. It has also been proved it affects your hearing. All those, who move on bikes like this, they are affected the most. It's also said when the battery is very low, but you have one of your girlfriend, boyfriend's message, you want to read it. That's the worst time to read. It gives 1,000 times more radiation to your body. It affects your eyes, affects your ears, affects your heart. It gives even epilepsy. So don't take it to the classrooms. But if you are compelled to take, for a reason like you don't have a place where to keep it, please make sure you don't receive even a message. Switch it off. Now this is important, not for giving only respect, it's important for your own health. Avoid those radiations for some time at least, and never keep it in this pocket. Next rule of the game in this class is attendance. As I said, you will only get these waves when you are there. If you're not there, you don't get. But this university is a very bad university on one score, and the bad part of the university is they are very ruthless. They are not human beings. For people who do not attend classes. If you will be absent continuously, your parents will be informed. So don't try to play smart that they won't know, they will know. It depends upon them how courteous subsequently they are, or they become ruthless like us. We stop your coming to classes if you're continuously absent. And the university does not give any concession on 75% attendance. We don't have any rule here of any relaxation to a student who has 74% attendance. So this attendance is little pressure, but ultimately I think it's for your benefit. 25% is already with you. You enjoy life by not coming 1/4 of the days of the year. But other 3/4 of the year, you need to be here. Now these are some rules which, if you follow, will keep this university going up and up. And your contribution, your cooperation is really solicited for this. Next slide, please. Now read this line carefully. What does it read? It reads, believe deep down in your heart. Let's have a stop here. Believe in your own heart. You believe in yourself first. And what you need to believe is that you are destined to be great things. If we have this belief that I'm going to be something which world wants to see me, I assure you, you can all become. Scores in 10 plus 2 have no meanings. I'll give you an example of my own class. I was admitted in 1970 as a first-year student of MBBS at Medical College Rohtak. Out the 125th student was of the lowest merit. And as generally, you also might be kidding sometimes, oh, you don't have any marks here, where have you come? So we used to trouble him sometimes. Okay, you are very fortunate, you are the last one in the class. So that complex he had. And he wanted to break that complex. By the time we reached final year, he topped our batch. So what does it imply then? Means there was no difference between roll number 1 and roll number 125. Maybe that fellow had 5% extra marks, this fellow had 5% less. What changed him? That stimulus that why I'm inferior to number 1. And the only thing which he did was hard work. So whatever your scores have been, forget about them now. Start fresh. Start today that you are the best. Now remember, when we all got born, we all had almost similar IQ. It might have ranged between 90 to 120%. It's not a big gap. We were not imbeciles and mentally retarded characters. We were good. And if we were born like that, we were similar at birth, then why have we changed? Why some of us are not scoring, others are scoring? Probably the ones who never scored well, they had some diversions in life. Maybe something more interesting than the studies. But remember, you are the best in the world. There is nothing like better than you. And that belief you must have that I am the best. And once we convince ourselves that I am the best, getting and becoming best is very easy then. It's not difficult. But we have to, fix a target that I have to prove that I am the best. And for achieving that best, obviously some hard work is required. I'll give you my example. I was born in a very small village with a population of 1,500. There was no river or any such good water around. We had the same water to drink where the buffaloes used to bathe inside. This water was treated multiple times at home with alum. Things will settle down, filter 2-3 times. That's the water we drank. And there was no water to take bath. So bath used to be once in a blue moon, maybe in a week. That too, the mother will give you just a very small bucket and make sure that you just make yourself wet and then, take off. No electricity. School 4 kilometers. My area was very sandy. In May, June, the temperature goes to 45 plus. And the sand will come in between your soles and the chapels. So it will burn your feet when you're coming back, in the afternoons. But I was determined. And I had one hero in my life, the doctor in that village. He was the most respected character. Everybody wished him. I always used to feel that what is so good in him and not in the police officer or many others around, why everybody wants to wish him. So I thought, well, I should become this. So I had a hero. I had a target. I fixed myself that I have to become this. This little stimulus made me do well in my studies. This is not boasting. I have to tell about myself also. I was placed in the merit list. In 1968, metric examination was conducted by Punjab University. It was not like board examination where parents can influence. And Tribune, English Tribune, used to publish 150 names out of Punjab, Haryana, and Himachal now. And they were called the meritorious students. I was lucky to be there. So I thought, yes, I can now go to the target. But the next problem was, parents were not rich enough. They didn't have money to send me to a good college. And I never wanted to go to a third-rate college. So issue of money made my few days go very slow. It was not easy to convince anyone. I was fortunate to get letter from all DAV colleges of the state. And one of them was Jalandhar. Those senior people might know that was one of the best college in that era. And the facilities they offered were no fees, books free, hostel free, food free. So my father thought, yes, now I've clicked something, let him go there. So I went there. Now that doctor I remembered still, that I have to be that. And I did so well there. And today I am what you are seeing. So all those small issues, which all of us have in life, some of you will be like my background. But if I have focused a target, if I'm determined, I can be that. And I can tell you your IQ is all good. There is nothing wrong with your IQ. You can achieve top position in your profession, provided make a hero that I have to be this. And then follow. Go on assuming him as your God, see him every day. In your memory, keep it all the time, that this is what I am to be. And then it can be very easily achieved. I'll give you another example. Next slide, please. Who is this gentleman? Can anybody recognize? Why you all remember his name? There are many pictures you don't remember. Because he was something very big. He's so well known. He's so well known because he's master of his job. And you know what his story is? It's very interesting. I hope you're not getting bored with these stories. Fine. This gentleman was very poor student in his school. He was a third-rater. And the school where he was studying had very bright students. So there was a big gap between him and the other students. So one day the teacher wrote a small note to his mother that your ward is not able to cope with the standard of our school. So before he gets into an inferiority complex, you shift him to a school where students are of his rank. Mother read the note, kept the book back. This fellow grew up, became what he's today, what he was, or what you're seeing this name so popular. He happened to see that book again, and he read that note. But the mother did not tell him that you are bad, because you are not bad actually. You are all good. You are all brilliant. We have very nice brain and mind, provided we put at the right place, which he did, and he became this big. So the moral of this story is, you may be third-rater, which has been assessed by a test which is not the perfect test, or I was a third-rater because I did not study at that time. I diverted my energy to some other areas. So we can be this. We can be this with third division. There's no need to be first divisioner in metric and pre and para, whatever. We can become very easily this one, provided we have a focus. Next, please. Can anybody tell me, we'll go to some other area now. This was about, more of sermons of a Baba on a Sanskar channel, which they go on saying, do this, do this, do this. This was part like that only. So you may accept some of it if you like it. Let's go to this. So can anybody tell me what is uniform? Can anybody define? Can we define what is uniform? Yes? An instrument which brings uniformity. That's good. Anybody else? What's your impression about a uniform? Yes, anybody? एक पहचान होती है जो यूनिवर्सिटी में, एक पहचान होती है यूनिवर्सिटी में. That's what a uniform. Yes, you are recognized by your uniform, who you are. Anybody else who can define it? Yes, there. Yes, he can be identified, he can be defined by his uniform. Yes. Anybody else here? Yes. Yes, that's true. In Sanskrit, we used to have two words put together, and then we used to Sandhi Viched. So that is Sandhi Viched, which he has done. It's made up of two words. One is uni, and uni means one, single, unique, and form means shape. Like we have amorphous material like powder, we have crystals but some shapes, we have squares, triangles, something round. These are all shapes, these are all forms. Unfortunately, we human beings are not of the same form. Some of us tall, some are small, some thick, some thin, some fair, some whitish. But the university wants you to look uniform. How can we do it? If we change this attire to a particular pattern, color, design, and shape, then we all become uniform. What does it need to become uniform? Why not have these gala dresses around? They look so beautiful. There is a need. We have different backgrounds. We do not want anybody to feel, oh yes, he finds very beautiful dresses in the market, they're very expensive. Then I also have little peer pressure. Why I should not buy like that? And who is troubled ultimately? My parents. But why should we do it? That's why we want you not to have very fashionable dresses when you are working in this area. We'll have a uniform so that you all look alike. There is no difference of caste, color, creed then. We'll be all similar. That's why we want that this university must have a uniform. Now I'll tell you some more reasons why do you like and why we should have uniform. Next one, please. How do you like this picture? If you see these people, would you like to salute them or not? Why? Why do you want to salute them? Why didn't you salute me in the morning like that? You just say good morning. But with them you will try to do this. Why? What is so good there? I think one reason is, yes, what do you think? Why we should be saluting them? They are wearing a uniform. So you want to salute them because the uniform looks very good. Anybody else? Anybody else? Why we should be, like I would like to salute him, salute these people, are my reasons to do that. Anybody else who has any other reason to salute? I think one of the important reason is, you respect them, you want to salute them because they make you comfortable. They give you nice sleep. They get you a working place where you can work. If they are not there, there will be no working place. You won't sleep. But they keep awake on the borders for you. So this one strong reason you want to salute them. Let's say we are moving in a train, and in the front seat there is a gentleman sitting. Incidentally, you come to know that, okay, he's a lieutenant colonel in the army. Would you like to talk to him or you just throw him out? You would. You'll ask him, sir, who are you? Sir, how do you work? How are the condition on borders? What about your food? We prefer to talk to them. You know why? Because we have built a respect for them in our mind. And the biggest thing in that respect, apart from this factor, is their uniform. Now let's theoretically think. You meet these people in the train, on roadside, in a restaurant, but they are not wearing this uniform. Will you salute them? You won't. So whom we salute? Do we salute the men in this uniform or the uniform? We salute to the stars and the uniform. So uniform, if you are having, your employees of lower rank than you, they'll respect you. But if you're not in that uniform, because they don't want to select, they don't want to wish you at all. But if you're in that uniform, then maybe your helpers in your departments, your subordinates, your smaller relatively employees on lower scales, they will respect you. So be in uniform. Next one, please. What do you think here? What about the picture on the left side, this side? Can you just guess what profession this person must be having? He has very nice moustaches, excellent beard, half pants, and excellent sandals, chappals. What do you think his profession could be? Anybody? He looks like a swimmer. Okay, looks like a player of some sort. Any other impression you have? Model. Yes. Could be for modeling. Could be for a film shooting. Could be a photographer. Yes. And the worst could be a rickshaw puller. Isn't it? But does he look like a student? None of you recognized him as a student. So that's not the uniform for a student. If at all you want to have a beard, keep it, something like Amitabh Bachchan. So it looks good. But don't have any sort of beard like Khan brothers. Some hair there, some there. No proper shape, no proper cutting. Either don't have a beard, be clean shaven, but if you have one, then have it in proper shape. It should look good. It should make somebody feel that he looks impressive. So just having few hairs, that doesn't give a good look for a student. And these chappals, oblique sandals, these are not for professionals. Professionals come in shoes. So we'll expect you when you come to your classes, please come in shoes, preferably black shoes. That is the office dress for any person. And this is surely not an office dress coming in these chappals. And we same follow in our mess. We do not allow people to go to the mess in chappals, like the army does and some good schools and colleges does. We do not. So don't go in chappals if you want respect from the servants who are working there. Always go in proper dress and in proper shoes. What is the picture on this side? Name the profession she might be belonging to. Think of any. Yes? We have a department coming up in fashion designing here as well. Yes? Yes? Is something again with the fashion? Dancer, yes, could be. Or maybe she's going on the floor for any job, but it doesn't look like a student, isn't it? So this uniform is not permissible in the campus. But we are not that harsh as well. There are times when you can enjoy these dresses. Next picture. How about this? Is it impressive? So we want you to look like this, not like the previous pictures. Come like this to the college. Try to feel impressive because these are small habits which you learn now. These will be useful when you go for interviews. You have to choose your shirt. You have to choose a color. Many times some of the officers who are sitting there tell me as well that this necktie doesn't fit well with this shirt. And I always ask them which color will be the best then. Then I try to change. This old man doesn't look to be, he is not interested to be looking handsome now. The journey is over. But still, if I'm in the office, there is a dress code for me also. And I want to maintain that. So we would also like you to follow this such beautiful dress code, whatever you have. Next, please. As I said, we are not very harsh. Be like this in the evenings when you go for your walk, your gossip, meet your friends, go to the canteens. You can enjoy this dress, but not during duty hours. Next, please. Now let's go to another aspect of environment with which all of you are interested. We always go on talking of environment on television, in press, in discussions. And wherever you go, today it's everything environment. Government of India has made environmental science a compulsory subject in all fields. Means you also might be reading. Because we are living if the environment is living. If environment is dead, we are all dead. And the single important thing in environment is a tree, a plant, greenery. Because that gives us oxygen on which we live. In India, electricity is generated by many sources. And one of the sources is a thermal plant. Thermal plant uses coal, and coal comes from these trees, and we burn it. We pollute the atmosphere with the smoke, with the heat generated from the walls, second pollution. And third is we cut these trees. How can you as a citizen, as a student, as an Indian, save these trees? Because you can't go on the roadside and ask people, don't cut, it doesn't matter to them. How can we contribute? We can contribute even if we save 0.1 unit of electricity in a day. Imagine how many we are in the university. We are more than 5,000-6,000 people. Each one if saves 0.1 per day, imagine how many trees you have saved. Don't do it for the management. Management is a rich thing. So if the bill goes from 1 crore to 1.10 crores, it has no meaning for them. But as a citizen, it should have a meaning. So to save these trees, save electricity wherever you are in this campus. Like for officers, I have seen, officer goes to the class, the AC is on, 3-4 fans are on, and most of the lights are on. Now imagine the colossal wastage we do, which ultimately end in that result of cutting trees. So let's contribute, all of us. Now just to prove my point, I'll show you another slide, next one. Now see what is happening in this classroom. There is no teacher, no student, but 4 fans are on. Who should switch it off? Surely not the Vice Chancellor to go there. All of you, including the teacher. See, generally what happens is, anybody who will switch off among the students, they will see like him, ये ज़्यादा बनता है, इसी ने ठेका लिया है देश का. Yes, हमने लिया है. Each one of us has take of this देश. मोदी साहब का अकेले का ठेका नहीं है, हम सबका ही है, क्योंकि हम यहाँ रहते हैं और हम इस बिजली का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. So let's try to save now onwards, wherever we are, let's not waste. Now see another wastage which we do a lot here. See the top picture in the right corner. They don't have food. And we are so fortunate to have any type of food. Imagine they can't get even rice. In the lunch, if you have tried this mess, you must have 3-4 items with you. With all sort of nakhras, no, इसमें नमक अच्छा नहीं है, आज इसमें मिर्ची है, घी बहुत कम है, घी बहुत ज़्यादा है. Remember, your mother is off for the time being now. We will work like your parents, but that touch in the food will not be there. It is said that food is not tasty or not tasty because of the ingredients which it has. Hotel management may not agree with me, but I have another line to add, then they will. It is the person who is making that food and his feelings which go into that food, that makes it tasty. And if your mother does it, no match. Because she is preparing for you with all emotions involved. She is trying her level best to make it as tasty as you could imagine. So it looks very tasty and it tastes very well. Even if it's rice without salt, still it will be good. But if we give you here rice with some more ingredients which makes it worth eating, still it can never be comparable to the one which you had at home. So it's not going to be as good. It can never be as good as what you got from the mother. But it does not mean that we waste that food like this in the lower picture. Now the bucket which we have in your mess is almost of this height, plus 3 feet, and its dia is 2 feet. It accommodates food for 200-300 people. And we get this bucket full every day. So what are we doing? Why should we do it? We have people who don't have food. We have variety of food, still we throw it away. So the lesson is, we have buffet system. Pick up your plate, add whatever you want to. Every time may not be tasty, so maybe if the look is not good, take little lesser. try it. If it's good, go second time. Fill it again, but don't waste like that. Our culture in India says wasting food is the biggest sin a human being can do. It's really a sin. It is sin because with your wastage, some people remain hungry. But if you don't waste it, maybe some of them will get some sort of food. So let's not do that. And this university would expect that we have great human beings in students who respect food, who think wastage is sin, and they don't throw like this to have this bucket full in the afternoons. Next slide, please. Next item, wastage of water. Lot many states in this summer, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and surrounding states, had no water to drink. Water was ported there through trains. Means we are not as rich in water as we imagine in this area where we are living. There are lots of rain. We don't respect it well. But imagine if you don't have to drink. You don't have to water to drink. Forget about bathing in the morning. So let's not do this here. If we don't need this tap to be kept open, if I have used it, as a good citizen of this country, it's my duty to put it off. Let's not waste it. Next, please. I always love this picture. Not because I work here. It gives an excellent scene. And you're fortunate to be here. This university now onwards will work like your parent, because you are spending important part of the day with us. So take us as your parents. We may not be your biological parents, but we will be your academic parents. And this university makes it sure that we look after your all interests. Of course, there are going to be some harsh rules as well, because otherwise no army will be successful if there are no harsh rules. So harsh rules are going to be there to keep us moving straight and not diverge from the right path. But still, it will work like a parent. We had scoldings from our parents for doing anything wrong in the house. So why it should not be here if we are your parents? It's going to be there. So if you will commit something which is not acceptable to the society, which is asocial or antisocial, and which is not as per the regulations of the university, there are going to be some harsh punishment sometimes. But I assure you, they are not to trouble you. They are not to torture you. They are to tell you that that's not the right way to go. If you go this way, there are risks involved. And this is the right way to go. This is our duty, actually. Your parents have given this as a guarantee that we'll do that. We will not allow you to go astray anywhere. And in that, maybe sometimes, you might be told that that's not the right way, and there may be some punishments. Take it in a very healthy sense, because that is for your improvement. Who are these most spoiled children in the society? Can anybody say? If we have, say, 100 families of all strata economically, professionally, and education-wise, whose children are the most spoiled ones? Why? There are no scoldings. If he says, I want one ice cream, yes. Then he says, no, I'll have another one, yes. And the mother says, okay, let him have third one as well. And what is the result? We won't allow this here. We'll get you only one ice cream, after that no more ice creams. You might feel annoyed that, okay, I want to have second one, why are they stopping me? Because we know if you go on taking second, third, fourth, it's unhealthy. It is going to harm you. So we'll stop you at some places here. And wherever we stop you, please don't take it bad. It's for your improvement, for your health, and for your career. Next one, please. Now these wings, now you don't have. Now you have to fly yourself. These wings have been left at home. We will provide wings sometimes when there is really very severe rain or when there is a storm, but you will not be shaded like this all the time. You have to now fly independently. And while flying, you have to take care that you don't meet accidents. Now you have to learn. You are independent people now. So this picture I have brought specifically for this motive. Do not expect these wings all the time with you now. They are not. Now you have to take care of yourself. Next one, please. Now this is a small video I have borrowed from the net. These ducklings are trying to go up. Don't mind my word, you are all like ducklings now. You want to rise in the career. You want to go up. By up I means in progress. The mother duck there, she's making sure that she doesn't pick up anyone. Any case the mothers don't pick up in this gene. They have to learn themselves. Like the birds when they're born, the mother doesn't teach them how to fly. They have to learn themselves. She will sit, she can only see. If you're falling, then she might help you a little bit. But she doesn't like pick you up and throw you in the air and then you start flying. Doesn't happen. These ducklings are not taught how to swim. As soon as they come out, they have something inherent, they learn how to swim. But the mother takes care that they don't meet accidents. Now this mother sitting there is watching these ducklings to go up. She'll keep a watch, see her eyes are facing these ducklings. But these ducklings have to learn themselves to jump, go on the next step, go on the next step. Now this jump you have to learn yourself. If you will follow the rules of the game, you will be able to jump nicely, go to higher strata in your education and your profession. Don't expect your mother and your father, obviously, to do everything for you. Now you start doing yourself. Next, please. This very interesting line which I have borrowed. It's easier to build up a child, and you all have been built up by your parents now. That story is over. But it's difficult to repair an adult. It's very difficult. Habits stuck so well, like for me, now I can't change myself. But you are at the age where you are easily manageable. You can be easily changed. You can easily be shaped. You can be easily groomed. So follow a path where these facilities are available. Because if you go astray towards bad habits, which are plenty in university campus, then you are spoiling yourself. Teachers will stop you again, but depends upon you whether you want to spoil yourself or not. Because once those things are ingrained in you, then as an adult which you are now becoming, you won't be able to change. This will be difficult. And this time will not come back again. बीता हुआ जमाना आता नहीं दोबारा, चला जाएगा. You won't have these years again here. This will just pass away. Whatever you have become, you have become. So don't develop a habit in this campus which is not acceptable to the society or to the university. Avoid anything which distracts your attention from education. Don't go there. There is a very interesting couplet by Waris Shah in Punjabi. It says that habits die very hard. They don't change. Even if the human body is cut in pieces, they will not. And it says in Punjabi like this, those who understand, Waris Shah na aadatan jandiyan ve, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਕਟੀਏ ਪੋਰੀਆਂ ਪੋਰੀਆਂ ਵੇ. ਪੋਰੀਆਂ means pieces. ਕੁੱਤੇ की पूंछ आज तक सीधी हो नहीं पाई. All surgeons have tried. It has remained like that only. But you don't bend your tail like a dog. Keep it straight. Because making it straight will be very difficult. So don't let it bend. Don't develop a habit which you may not be able to change. Keep straight, keep simple. It is said that people who are straight, simple and stupid are the best on earth. It's good to be stupid in this. Because stupid person will be stupid maybe educationally, but may not be in bad habits. And sometimes we also call students stupid. We will not use this word in this university, you won't have it. But I was told many times by my teacher, you are stupid. I used to feel, why I'm stupid? What for? Maybe I'm not answering this question, but I'm not stupid. So educationally, we are not stupids. But don't develop anything which makes people say that he or she is stupid. Next, please. Now, these sermons on Sanskar channel going on this side are not the ones every day here. There's not like classroom every morning, and then question, then test, then examination, then failures, scoldings, all these things we don't have around the year. We are a very entertaining place. We invite film heroes, singers, dancers, performers for your entertainment off and on. And you will have chance to, some of the pictures are not there, but you must have seen on the walls when you are entering the campus. You will be able to meet all such sorts of people, which I think at your age anybody likes. Even people at my age like to have a photograph with them. So we'll have them here. You can have those photographs with them. So it's not teaching all the time. We'll have lots of entertainments. But we don't want those people to be coming every time. We want you to be the entertainers. So I'd request you, all of you, when you go to your respective departments, come on this stage here. Hold the mic. Say something. If you want to sing, you must. Don't bother that there is somebody who is better singer. Just don't care. Anybody who cares about the audience, who is he, then this fellow cannot perform. Forget about them. Think you are the best. And then sing, dance, cut a joke, do some oration, but do something. The reason is, each one of us is not just meant to be a student and listening lectures. We have some other extra qualities in us. And those extra qualities we want to hone here. We want to develop all those activities where you are good. If you're a good player, we want you to be a good player. We have many clubs here for music, for dance, games. Join them, participate actively, and bring out what you extra have. Now again, I'll give you my example. If I attend a party in the evening, say there are 20, 30 families, I get extra attention than some other people in the group. Not because I have gray hair. It is because they know that I can sing, so they want to talk to me. Because most of us like music, most of us. So you also must develop such an art, so that when you are in a group, let's say you are going for an excursion with 20 people. Out of you 20 who can dance there on a music, or who can sing, you will be more likely to be with that person than with the rest of the group. So you also develop an art. And all of you have it. And these people will give you a lot of chance to develop that. Come up, have at least one extra activity to do than just being a student here. There are multiples of them. There are multiple opportunities in the university. It is for you to utilize or not to utilize. We would like that you come on this stage, do whatever these people have done here. These are your own colleagues, senior colleagues. So be like them, so that you have something extra than just being a professional. Next, please. Now, this is the emotional part of my talk. Your parents have done a lot. They have spent a lot. And they have controlled their emotions in sending you here. Don't feel they are very comfortable when you're leaving the house for the first day. It disturbs them mentally. I remember when I left after my matriculation, it was almost like a filmy scene which we see in these films these days. My father was weeping and he was walking with the train. Hindi movies show a lot. I have seen it myself in my life. All your parents have felt the same when you have left the house. But they had an expectation that you will come out with good colors and a professional. So if you feel indebted to your parents, who have spent a lot to send you here, repay them back. And this payment you can't give in cash. Remember this. If anybody sitting here among the seniors feels that, okay, I'm giving my parents 50,000 rupees a month, this has no meaning in them. But if you become a good professional, you have paid them everything. There is no need to give them anything else. Now that expectation they have. So don't cheat them Be faithful and sincere to them. If they have sent you here to be a professional, be a professional. Use this time carefully and engage in studies so that whatever they have dreamt for you, you are able to give them back. Next one, please. Now, this umbrella is gone. As I said in the other slide, this umbrella is gone now. But the person sitting there next to that kid are we. Umbrella is at home now. We will with you. These friends will be with you. Befriend them. Don't treat them just teachers all the time. We are not the enemies. We are your friends. Come to their office. If you have a social problem, a financial problem, sickness, or any other reason which disturbs you, come to the senior person. They'll guide you what to do and what not to do. Next one, please. This is the worst word in dictionary, a failure. Nobody likes. But some of us do fail. Some of us do fail because of some reasons. Sometimes our mistake, sometimes maybe say bad luck. So you will be failing many times. Maybe you fail in a semester. Maybe you fail in making relations. Maybe you fail in becoming something what you wanted to be. So there are going to be failures. But take all these failures in a healthy thing. Failures teach you a lot. A person who goes very smooth doesn't become so big. In history, all those who became big, they had hundreds of failures. And each failure taught them. You are going to fail here many times. But each failure should teach you, instead of feeling depressed, feeling upset, oh, I have failed. Let it be a failure. But that should make you feel that I didn't do well in my studies. I spent my time somewhere else where I should not have during this period. So let there be failures. Don't feel upset. Don't feel depressed. But be ready for the next time. And to quote this example, next one. This gentleman had tons of failures. His industries were chopped off from place to place. But still he is number one in India. And he says that if you don't have ups and downs, you don't have failures, even the ECG, the electrocardiogram, that strip we make for heart diseases, its waves are like this. But if it is straight line, person is declared dead. So don't have a straight line. Enjoy these ups and downs. Enjoy these failures, because each failure is going to teach you that you committed mistake somewhere. And that mistake we should not repeat next time. Next one. Now once you pass out, we would like that you pay us back something. We are taking a lot much money from you, I know that. But by repay means you don't come back once you are a professional and give us some money. We don't want that. We want you to be our alumni forever, so that you belong to this university and you remember this university. I can assure you, once you move out, these rooms where you're sitting today, these classrooms, these friends sitting in the front row, each one, each step of this building, it will be ingrained in your mind. This nostalgia of coming back will never disappear. Even if you have children bigger than your own age, you will talk to them about this place. I studied there. It had a gate, then it had some flowers. It had this, it had this. I had that teacher, he was very funny. I had this teacher, this was not good. This will not finish, this will be there. And we want you to remember that. I studied in a college which was far off my house, around 250 kilometers. I worked in territorial army for 23 years. So I was fortunate to have that uniform on my shoulders. I had a chance to go to Jalandhar, to military hospital, to inspect that hospital for starting a DNB program. And how small this world can be. The commandant there was my student from my college. So how nostalgic feel it was. Then I requested him that give me a vehicle. I want to go to my college. Why did I go there? My teachers are dead. None is living out of them. Somebody else is living in that building where I was living. But still that nostalgia sticks, doesn't go. So enjoy this building, enjoy this place, and enjoy these teachers. Befriend them because they are living here forever. They won't go. So be an alumni of this place. Remember this place. Join all the meetings once you go out. We'll have every year so that you meet your senior juniors, meet your ex-teachers. It'll be very interesting. Next one. That's my last slide. But wherever you go and whatever ends you will pursue, you must always fulfill the trust reposed in you by your teachers, by your parents, by the society, and by your nation. And the faith which we are reposing in you is to become a good citizen, be a good professional, and above all, be a good human being. Thank you very much for very patient listening. Thank you.